What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Coffee Table Chronicles.
John didn't do it.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, because I didn't pee since I got home and I got to pee.
I just look over and her eyes are just like this. Like, what the hell?
So you should let everybody know we were playing around in the background. So, even when we are, what are we, 1,800 miles apart or something like that?
Yeah, something
we're
like
still
that.
goofing around in the background before the show like we shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What are you eating? LCD, what are you eating?
Dinner.
Well, what for
what's
dinner?
specific?
It's chicken and potatoes. And these, what are these, orzo thingies? It's from
couscous.
Couscous. With little veggies.
Oh, okay.
All right. So do we have a sponsor?
Yeah, we do.
It's not my
Come on, have you forgotten how this works?
Jeez.
Well, I haven't
You're
even
awfully bossy
said hi to
for
you guys yet.
I know.
Welcome,
Wow,
our
we didn't even introduce you. What if people don't know who you are?
Cheers, everybody.
special guest, John and Wendy.
Apparently, John doesn't care. He wants to get right to business.
Yes, we do have a sponsor. It
We have
is
a couple.
Americano Ammunition Coffee.
Mm.
Best coffee in Arizona.
Mm.
Why?
Did you see that they have new flavors right now?
Did you see that they have cups for puppy dogs now? Yeah.
No.
So go get your puppy dog a pup cup.
Ooh.
A pop cup.
Oh, well,
Cup cup.
they've always had that.
They're keeping up with Starbucks, huh?
Exactly.
Like a cup that it goes in? Or like a pup cup, like Starbucks?
Like
does?
Starbucks, but it's
Oh.
made out of like coconut. It's like
They've
a
always
coconut
done
cream
that.
or
That's
something
not new.
like
You
that.
got me all excited. I thought like an actual dog cup that said
No.
Americano. Like I was super excited. Gonna
That's
go
a-
get my dogs a cup.
That's not a bad marketing idea.
I'm just saying, guys.
Shout out to our friends at Practical Tactical and Prep for all your prepping needs, guns and ammo.
Mhm.
You need it, they have it, most likely. Enter promo code, PTP holster and get 10% off any holster, $29.99 and up. Promo code PTP mag, same thing, 5% off any mag, $29.99 and up. And our good friend, Mr. Eddie Prest with 48 plates
Mhm.
for your body armor
I always
needs.
I always love this shot because you can see Eddie's eye right through that scope,
All right.
Mhm.
right through the red dot. I love that.
That's a great picture, too. It really is. Great.
Yes.
picture. Enter promo code CTC Patriot for 10% off. Not a bad deal, especially on, his armor, because his armor is not badly priced to begin with. So get 10% off that. It's
Right.
not a bad deal. And don't forget, we have our new website, ctcpatriot.com.
Mhm.
So go check out our merch that we have on there, our shirts. Dad's books are on there for sale. And you can also get links to all of our shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Rumble, YouTube, and get links to all our partners on there. So kind of cool.
Woo.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very
I
cool.
like that dance books are on there too.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
You can buy directly from the website. That's kind of cool. I like that.
From the website?
The website.
From the website.
Like,
I like the fact that she's giving you crap when she's been talking for the last 5 minutes with food in her mouth.
That was great.
Come
No,
on,
I'm ready
you
to
know how it goes. What? So what have you guys been up to? It's been a while. Anything new, anything exciting, anything fun?
That's really good.
Just been busy. I mean, we found a little tribe of friends, so we hang out with them quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Although we miss you guys. We miss seeing you guys every single week, and we definitely miss that.
Yeah,
And we do
miss you
have the
guys.
puppy dogs.
Yes.
And the group that is here on CTC,
Yes.
There's updates, too.
Absolutely.
Christine and Andrea and Arthur and Dan and Kathy and heavy metal, or not heavy metal, but
Arthur.
Super Horror Show and everybody else. I know I'm forgetting some people, but
And our Rumble
Those
family. You
people.
got to give a shout out to our Rumble family too, because we
and I'm because of the fact that we're I can only pull up one at a time, and Rumble doesn't allow me to pull up the
Comments.
comments large. So I got YouTube up because YouTube allows me to actually pop the comments out and pull them up large, so that way we can see them over on this screen.
Oh,
It's
we
over
got to
there.
watch what we say tonight. Okay.
Yeah. It's not a Rumble exclusive.
Oh,
No.
darn.
Why do we have to watch what we say? We never watch what we say.
I was
You
like,
kidding
do
me?
we need to do that? I should probably work on that.
All right, we got some memes of the week. Let's see if my screen works. I know it's a work in progress here, folks.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Not too bad. So yeah, season 3, episode 19, Running Scared. We're going to talk about that tonight. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I have a great hooker of the week tonight. It's a little bit of a long video, but it's so worth playing it. So
I know about this
Nice.
you do. You watched part of it the other night. So I just cut. It was like a 5-minute. It's actually like a 15-minute interview, but the one we watched was like 5 minutes.
So
but,
good.
So yeah, I kind of condensed it a little bit. So you'll get a kick out of that.
Uh-huh. Hey,
Okay, looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, let's do some memes of the week.
Outstanding.
the memes.
Favorite part of the show, right?
Ma,
I love that one.
you can only sleep here for tonight.
Yeah.
Poor
20
dog's got gray on his face. He's like, what in the world?
10 years later.
It's a bad idea.
I thought that was cute.
That's my meme.
Yeah, tacos alone won't fill the emptiness in your soul. You also need beer. It should say whiskey too.
Amen to that.
Right? It should say
I'll
whiskey.
drink to that.
Yeah.
And this is a little bourbon.
A la bourbon. A la
bourbon.
bourbon.
Well, bourbon. It
That's
has been a long week.
It's not over yet.
Exactly.
Damn it.
I'm drinking a chocolate stout from Huss Brewing. I never knew they made one. It's actually pretty good. I've never tried it before.
Where's your chocolate stout friend,
My chocolate stout friend.
Brian?
Oh.
Huss Brewing. Where's that? I know I've heard of it, but I can't think of where that's at.
You know,
It's out here somewhere, isn't
yeah,
it?
is it Flagstaff?
Yeah, it's local.
Yeah, I think
It's
it
a
is
local Arizona place.
Yeah. I don't know where.
think
Andrew and
it is
Arthur.
Flagstaff.
Where's Huss Brewing?
They'll know.
they would know.
Yeah, there we go. Heavy Metal Beer Club should know exactly where that's at.
Our one
Yeah.
we were going to go look at, right?
No,
Okay.
that was.
I think it might be Flagstaff then.
That was Bone House Brewing.
Bone House.
That
Okay.
we were gonna go do. You
Go
gonna read
ahead.
it? Go ahead.
No,
You
you're
can read it. Sneaking into a country doesn't make you an immigrant any more than breaking into a house makes you part of the family.
Yep.
Very true.
Yep.
I like that one.
I thought that's how we got grandma. And woman who married what the what?
Yeah, this was an actual article. I didn't put up the article, but I was like, you got to be kidding
Woman
me.
I
who
think
married
it's a
doll admits family life is complicated after she had twins.
and there's an older one.
Yeah, I
Nice.
didn't quite understand this. It's like,
I think
what?
this is an Onion article that really just they forgot to put,
Some context with
yeah,
it.
I think they forgot to put the Babylon Bee stamp on it or something.
I was wondering if it was a Babylon Bee story. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, kind of makes you wonder.
There,
you know.
I mean, he's a nice rag doll. He's got a mustache and everything, so you never know.
Yeah, but the first thing I think of is, he probably not going to do a Viagra commercial.
You don't know what she put down there. I'm just saying.
You never know anymore.
You never know.
See, this is like I told Keith. I said I am much funnier in person than I am typing.
Exactly.
That's because you got a backspace all the time, you know.
Yeah,
That
he's
doesn't
like,
make it
oh my
funny that
gosh,
way.
darn it. I didn't mean fracking.
Normally I'd have questions, but after the last 3 years, I'll just keep driving. Right? Pretty much.
We've all seen Twister. Cow.
Yeah, exactly. Cow.
Cow.
Cow. Nope. Think that was the same cow.
You'll have to read this one.
Is there anything at all that would get you to stop the immigrant invasion on the border? Finding out if they'd vote Republican or finding out they'd vote Republican.
Right. How true is that, though, right?
Who's Todd Schoenwalter?
Apparently.
That's the cartoonist.
The dude
Yeah,
who made it. Oh,
cartoonist.
okay.
There was
That's
something.
tense.
There
So
was
shout out there. Let's give him a little shout out to Todd. There you go.
There you go, Todd. Pick an easier last name, bro.
He'll be famous tomorrow.
Done.
right? Just because of our show.
I bet aliens ride past Earth and lock their doors.
Right.
That's a great sign. I love it.
Right? I like that too.
It's like going through the
Nothing to
hood.
see here.
Yeah, nothing. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. You got to pee. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I put this one on because it made Lindsay crack up. The other
Oh,
day,
this is hilarious. You got to say it, though. You got to say it. I can't say it.
I was lying in bed last night. My wife said, "Honey, make me scream with one finger." So I poked her in the eye.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, that is funny.
That is funny. That's a good one.
I wish you had actually put the meme that I sent to Lindsay last week on.
Which one?
Lindsay's going, what the hell did you send me last week? The one that was during the show where you were like, damn it, John.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And then you were like, oh, wait, that's funny as hell.
Trump won by a landslide in Iowa and Miss America doesn't have a penis. We are trending in the right direction.
No, that wasn't the one. The one with
Oh,
Godzilla.
Yeah, that's one you said.
That's the last text message I have from you.
What about the one from Godzilla or with Godzilla?
I don't know if it
You
came
didn't
through.
Deleted it.
Message.
You deleted it.
No,
Oh, that
sometimes
was
your text
from-
don't come through.
That was literally from January 11th.
Oh, okay.
Couple weeks back.
So it was the one with the Miss America and that's right, because that would have been last week anyhow. So
Yeah. So it
That
was
at least you were
in-
swearing at me and then you thought it was actually funny.
yeah, that's why I was like, what? It's Godzilla in the sunset.
All right, sorry. You got another meme?
We do. I'm
Sorry.
waiting on Lindsay to switch here.
Well, you distracted me.
Tesla owner, why don't my car work in the cold? Me, it ain't got no gas in it. I figured that was
Ah,
appropriate.
that's funny. So y'all seen
Y'all seen?
all the Teslas in the snow.
We talked about that last week.
I know,
On the
but
show.
there have been more.
I'm sure there have. There's going to be more.
I know. And then you seen the whole Tesla charging station that was underwater.
No.
And somebody was standing there and
no.
he was like, yeah, I don't think I want to do this. It was literally like 2 feet. It was in a lake because it was in the parking lot and that was the low spot in the parking lot. And I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Like
What
to meet
genius put it there?
Right, exactly. I lo-
What in the?
I love this picture. Just sit at it and stare at it for a minute.
Did he really take his tire off to fill it up with air?
Yes, he did. Guess who's voting Democrat?
Can't pick
Right?
stupid.
Yes, that's
There's a
true.
lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just stare at it for a minute.
That just
I saw that picture on Facebook. I'm like, I got to steal that for a meme. That's great. Just goes to show you, there are a lot of
That's-
stupid people in this world.
while he's wearing his diaper mask. So
Oh, is he really? I didn't even notice that in
Yeah.
the picture. That's
you can
funny.
barely see it because he's got the big like scarf on too.
That's hilarious.
Okay, are we watching that? Are we reading this? Or are we just going with it? What are we doing?
I just
What
put
is
it up as a visual.
Am
So
I reading this?
you can skip through some of it. You can. It's just
So what is
it's
this?
polling
Yeah, I
results.
can't even read it.
It's an eye chart.
And I'm failing miserably.
Everybody
Yeah.
fails. I know. That's why I'm like, do you want me to read it? So January 22nd. So you want me to start? We'll start with January 16th.
No. Make Keith read it.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's not going to read that.
You are funny, John.
So January 16th on the very bottom, 16th to 18th, Echelon Insights.
These are different polls.
Where to fudge that is. Echelon. So is it telling me that like where they're at, and then whether they're up or down?
and the polls. When it
Oh,
tells
okay.
you what percentage.
So the very bottom one, Biden's at 46%, Trump's at 47. He's gone up 1 point. Then we got Biden at 40, Haley at 45. Haley went up 5. We got Biden at 35, Trump at 41. Trump went up 6. Then we're going to go to the top because that's the 22nd. So 22nd to the 24th because Haley's now out. DeSantis is out. Oh, Biden went up 1. Wow.
She gets excited about that.
Well, he hasn't done nothing. He went up 1 point.
So the question is, do you trust any of them? Do you
I
really
was
trust
gonna
them? Do you
say.
trust any of them?
No.
I mean, the fact that the
We all know my opinion.
mainstream media actually admits that he is underwater, so his dislikes are higher than his likes.
Right.
So in the political world, that is underwater.
This is my thing. So on January 16th, Biden was at 45 and Trump was at 47. But now January 22nd, Biden's at 30 and Trump's at 36.
Is it the same poll or a different poll?
But you're talking a sample of 1,000 people.
You're right.
Exactly.
But-
exactly.
It doesn't like, who's got the other like 40%?
So we're getting some critical responses there.
It's some good feedback.
Good feedback from the audience.
I was able to read the memes, and I'm blind.
I read the memes. Isn't that a meme?
Because you got a 27-inch computer in your producer studio.
That's why he can see it.
No, I'm reading off of our laptop. That's not a 27
Oh,
inch.
okay. Well, then we'll have to have you start reading.
TV talking about.
Oh, yeah, you can't see the TV.
I don't even know
Come on,
why I
don't
have
be
the
silly.
TV up. I can't see shit on it.
I
so-
know. You just know the general area that things are in.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what is this showing us?
Polling data.
And what effects do we think this is?
Nothing.
There you go.
I brought it up for a point.
What was your point?
So
What's your
we'll get-
point?
Okay,
keep
it's
going.
coming.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep scrolling.
I brought this up because you brought this up earlier. today.
Yes.
So.
So I was reading a thing that says there's like 18 states that, because it talked about Maine and Colorado taking him off of the ballot, like for sure taking him off the ballot.
Actually,
and the-
that wasn't
Mhm.
that's not the case now.
Whatever. This was when I read it this morning. Okay. And then I read that there's a bunch of other states that it's in the Supreme Court on. And Arizona is one of them. And I was like, how in the hell did this get to the Supreme Court? Nobody knows about it.
Am I supposed to answer?
Yeah, I wanted an answer.
The Democrats would love him off ballot in all states if they could.
Of course. Because then they don't have to cheat outrightedly like they're going to have to already.
Well, so there's several issues in play here, and several of the states. There's a couple states that are trying to aggressively keep him off the ballot, and then there's a bunch of hanger-ons, if you want to call it that, that are just basically going, yeah, us too. So if you can get him off your ballot, we'll take
Then
him
we'll
off our
go.
ballot also. So that's how Arizona falls into that. But because surprisingly, who's the governor and what was her previous job? But
Oh, sorry, that
wow.
was
Is Katie Hobbs the hooker of the week?
Mm.
no, but I
Okay.
met her.
You
Oh.
what?
This is
I
all
met
exciting.
her
You met her?
at an event, and I was not allowed to go near her.
Who by
For good
by
reason.
by an employer or
Yeah.
just in general?
The nice
I can
one.
see
you
him
know,
actually. I
that'll
can see him actually saying, "No, you are not
Yeah.
allowed to go near her."
Stay right here.
I was like, I'm going to go introduce, and he was like, no,
I watched the show. No.
you can sit right here. Well, I wasn't going to go to that event to begin with because I asked Keith, and I'm like, oh, I really want to go to this. And I'm like, oh, Katie Hobbs is speaking. I should definitely go.
I'm
And he
like,
was like,
nope.
no.
Yeah.
And then my boss said we should go. And I was like, but Katie Hobbs is going to be there. Do you really want us to go? And he was like, we still need to go. And then he made me sit next to him. And then she left quickly, and then he left, so it was safe. But there's another event that I'm going to go to that she's going to be there.
So let me ask you this, John. So they're trying to get him off the ballot based on the January 6th
Title
events, right?
So the 14th Amendment.
14th Amendment.
14th Amendment.
So there's several legal issues here that are in play. One, he's never been even charged, let alone two, never been convicted.
Innocent
So-
until proven guilty.
Right. And so this is,
Yeah, he's not
shaking
even
down to
this, right?
this is the core of the legal system in this country. And they are like, just they're breaking laws in all directions. And so
Right.
why don't the red states take Biden off the ballot, charge him with total incompetence? And there's a certain, there was one state, I think it's Idaho, where the attorney general has basically said, we're going to charge him with dereliction of duty and take him off the ballot. and it might not be Idaho. I know it's one of the states kind of in the center of the country that has basically said dereliction of duty. We're going to take him off the ballot. And obviously the left is freaking out.
Of course.
Now,
Though you haven't done your job, you don't need to be on the ballot. Why would we redo you again?
But is that sinking to their level instead of going by the book and doing it how it should be?
But they
well, it is, and in a lot of ways, it's the talking heads that actually are coming back. I don't know what you want to call it. That have a conscience. Let's put it that way. The talking heads that have a conscience are literally saying, this is literally where our legal system is going to shit if we actually go this route.
Right.
And either way, whether we take Trump off, whether we take Biden off. I mean, did you see that in New Hampshire, they actually screwed up and they were trying to pull a fast one and they didn't have Biden on the ballot?
Oh, really?
And that was because, remember, they were trying to do that whole, we're going to move South Carolina's up, blah, blah, blah. And a bunch of people complained about it. Both South Carolina and New Hampshire complained about it. And then so all of a sudden, his name, because they thought that they were going to get pushed further back, they didn't have a chance to print his name on the Democratic ballot. And so they screwed up. So now he won on a write-in on this week, but they had to put out a huge campaign to get him as a write-in candidate to win the nomination. Not that it would have made any difference. I mean, technically, he was going to win enough nominations for the Democratic National Convention that he would have been the nominee anyhow. Right. Big deal. No big deal. So it wouldn't have mattered anyhow. And this is why, and the leading theory that I subscribe to is that's why you will see Nikki hang around until the RNC convention.
Okay.
Just in case something happens with Trump, legally or otherwise, that he all of a sudden doesn't make it. She technically has enough nominations now with what she's done in Iowa and what she's done in New Hampshire to be able to get nominated for president for the Republican ticket.
God help us, but yes.
Right.
God help us. But I mean, and not that I am a Nikki Haley fan by any stretch of the imagination, but she is better than what we have today.
Is she what she said I was?
What was that?
What I said she was.
A hooker?
Yeah.
She is very flip-flop. There's a reason why there are, all these reports of a ton of Democratic money that is supporting her. Now there's some that are saying it's because of the fact that they want to
be the one that plots to Democrat when he doesn't make it.
Well, the thing is, it's a matter of, she has I think she did really good when she was the ambassador to the UN. Her other political record kind of bodes to the point that she will go in all sorts of directions, and there's speculation it's wherever the money is.
That's what hookers do.
Well, that's politics.
That's ironically, that is what hookers do.
Right.
All the money.
That's what she said.
Politicians in general.
Oh, that too, yeah. So.
But no, I wanted to bring this map up because that was my question to Lindsay earlier, John, how can they do that? How can it even go to court? Because he hasn't been convicted of anything. So
that's why the Supreme Court's going to sit there and say, now granted, the Supreme Court can do anything, because I was quite shocked earlier this week when the Supreme Court said that they were going to side with the federal government and go against Texas and say, nope, you got to remove all the razor wire that's on the border. It's like, really? Texas has it in their constitution. They have the right to protect themselves just as well as the federal government does. And just because, and the federal government's argument was lame at best when they said it's preventing Border Patrol from getting to the border.
No, it's not.
What?
That was the argument.
Are you kidding me?
That's exactly what they argue. That's the argument, was that it's preventing Border Patrol from getting to the border. And I mean,
that is so lame.
Wendy and I actually know. Well, I mean, obviously there's Arthur, and Arthur, would be the first one to say, that's bullshit.
That's crazy.
So,
Crazy.
I'm trying to catch up on comments because we got it on another screen over here.
Welcome to the show.
Right?
Hey, we're out of practice.
It's been a while.
It's okay.
Do you know we've been here for 9 months?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's crazy.
So,
Did you see the OEB special for this weekend?
no, that'd just be torture. We don't subscribe to that. Plus, I don't go on Facebook.
I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
To you.
All right. So, did I answer your question?
No, not really.
You did for me.
So what was Lindsay's
They
question?
can do whatever they want. So is this just their easy way of doing it so they don't have to cheat?
Well, or is it this,
Well,
this their way of trying to cheat?
Oh no,
yeah, this is their way of trying to cheat. They are definitely afraid of Trump winning. I mean, there was that leak, and it's odd that it leaked. So, Obama goes to the White House and has a lunch with Biden, and somebody leaked that. Somebody in the White House leaked that.
why does anybody care going there? He's running the place.
So the question is, why did somebody on the Democratic side leak it? Why was it leaked?
Right.
And it kind of goes back to this whole thing. Wendy and I have had several discussions about why is there this movie. Have you seen the Obama movie?
Yes.
It was actually okay.
Yeah,
Like,
but it still makes you wonder what was the
what
motive?
is it? Why is he producing such a movie?
Right.
exactly.
What is he trying? What is he
What's-
trying to tell?
Yeah, what's
Who and to whom?
Exactly.
So it's kind of a, why are they trying to signal to somebody? What are they trying to signal? And who is it in particular they're trying to make this signal to?
Mhm.
And then the same thing, why are they leaking this information that Obama's telling Biden, you're going to possibly lose if you don't change course with the way you're campaigning? And then why did they,
Leak that.
let's call it for what it is. Why did somebody purposely leak that?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, why was that set up there to even, whether that conversation was had or not, why was that whole setup made?
I mean, the conversation, why did they have the lunch?
Yeah. What was
I
that?
mean,
really
the speculation is because everything that has to do with politics, you said it earlier, right? Has to do with money.
Mhm.
And so to be able to run for president is extremely expensive because of the amount of airtime, the amount of travel, the amount of blah, blah, blah. So now they're saying that this is a signal to the donors, the Zuckerbergs and the, Rob
So-
Reiners,
The
the Zuckerbergs.
Zuckerbergs.
Yeah, the Zuckerbergs and the Rob Reiners and the bullshit, and the Hollywood elite that says, don't worry, we're going to change course. We're going to, that's what the
Yeah.
theorists are saying.
We know that
They're
something
trying to,
change it.
that they're trying to signal that, don't worry, we got a plan, even though.
So going back to them trying to get Trump off the ballot,
Mhm.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. If it was in reverse,
Oh.
if Biden was in that hot seat or whatever, and everything fell, like a January 6th was under his watch, would we be pushing for the same thing?
Yes, you can't have one candidate on the ballot.
Well, I mean, but there'd be a, up and down every channel on television would be screaming that there was something wrong, right? Our democracy is in crisis,
Jeopardy
blah, blah, blah.
coming after us. It's January.
Well, just how look what you said, how people were reacting when we tried the reverse on Biden, right? When we talked about removing him from the ballot, people were freaking out, I mean,
Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments.
But again, we play devil's advocate. If we're gonna be
we love you, Mike.
But I mean,
saying just take it out to the trash.
I mean, I get Wendy's point. Right? Wendy's saying that are you asking specifically if we would feel different if it was Biden in that position, or just in
Yes,
general?
though. Yes,
Right.
because
Well,
have
yeah, we would be pushing for, let's get him off the ballot. And I'm just saying that, it either way, I mean, you got to look at the legality of it.
Yeah, if there was no proof like this, of course not. Whether he's a schmuck, whether he's an idiot, whatever, you can't make shit up and be like, oh, you were going to do it because of that. No. Now, if he had some sort of incompetence test and that's why they were taking him off the ballot, yes.
Let me show you the video every Monday of the incompetence test.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if that was their reasoning,
We're
absolutely.
going to start. I'm going to talk to the producers of this show and see if we can have an incompetence test.
But if
we can open with the incompetence test of the week.
We could do that. I like that.
But if they're doing like this, where there's no legality, there's no realness to it, they're just doing it to be spiteful. I would hope that we're not that low. I would hope that if we're going to go after somebody, there's going to be legitimacy behind it.
But see, this comes back to the issue at hand. So the right, whether you want to call them the far right, the right, the Republicans, let's just call it the Republicans. Let's go with that. So the Republican establishment, the conservatives,
there you go,
hold truths that this is supposed to be a fair fight, and we will only throw rocks at glass houses if we need to, but we won't, go and destroy the house.
Yeah.
Versus the liberals will sit there and they will do whatever it takes. Period. They're
huffing and puffing.
There's nothing that they won't do. There's no limit. There's no, out of bounds. They will do whatever they have to do. And that's the problem, is the fact that, and I've said this on the show in the past, we just wanted to stop and just live our lives as we've been living.
Right.
But they will never stop. And the issue is the fact that every time we get it back to net zero. We stop pushing, and they're constantly pushing no matter what, because they're not going to be happy until cars are outlawed, no more oil rigs. Yeah. Nobody can, you got to cook over, because the point is, and the thing is that people never realize is when they're outlawing, at first it was stoves, right? They want to outlaw stoves. Right. And then they were saying, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. That's not the case. And then next thing you know, Washington State is going, nope, in 3 years, you're never going to be able to buy a gas stove again. Next thing you know, they want to outlaw hot water heaters. Next thing you know, they're saying, well, now they don't want you to have a clothes washer. Well, wait, I thought it was dryer. No, we don't even want you to have a clothes washing machines waste water. So where does it stop? Where does it end? Where is at some point,
what's their angle?
Because the thing is, and you see these little things that are out on the periphery and they seem so crazy, right? Eating bugs and stuff like that. But at some point, when are when they're sitting there and they're saying that cows are destroying the environment, really? Cows have been around for thousands of years. At what point, why are we still living if they're destroying the environment? But the thing is, they're saying that cows are destroying the environment, but they're not going to be happy unless we're eating bugs, and we can't even cook the bugs over an open flame because we're going to be polluting the air.
Yeah, that's what little people.
I mean, and as silly as it sounds, well, you're right, absolutely. While the people go to Davos and they're all on their own separate airplane going to Davos and literally getting hookers. Because did you see the story where they said that the what do we want to call it politely? Ladies of the evening in Davos, they were in short supply during the World Economic Forum because they were all at the forum.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Didn't know. Gone and made some money. Wendy, damn it.
Well, isn't it all a test though, John? I mean, we talked about this before. It's all a test to see what they can get away with.
Well, absolutely.
And see what they can pass.
I'm going to go and as
it's
much
all
as
about control. How much can they control people and control through food supply and water? And
I mean, it is a lot about control, and it is a lot about, and I can't say that I know what the end game is. Yeah, I mean, it's
that how
it'll never be over. They're always going to be, and we've started it years ago. oh, hey, can you guys do that? Because it's a little too hard. Okay, do this. Okay, do that. And that's how every single thing was made because, oh, we'll do it and it'll make it easier on you. Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Okay, well, what are we going to do with the cow thing? Oh, if you just take that over, that'd be great. And that's how it's going to be. So we're just going to keep
Well,
giving
and it's
little things.
and there is there is a lot of that is it's our fault because of the fact that we let a little bit here and a little bit there. Dan, it's Woodford Reserve, so that's my go-to.
We have some at the house.
I know. So
that was more for Dad, but yes, you're welcome to it as well.
So I mean, but it's where does it end? And the question becomes, I don't know if there's ever going to be. I mean, they lie, and I don't want to sound. One of the things that I have big reservations about is there's a passage in the Quran, and I don't. So when you get some of these extreme radical idealisms that are out there, and you have passages in the books that they read that say you are allowed to basically something along the line of lie to be able to get to the end result. Mm-hmm. It's okay with your whatever it is you worship to be able to lie in order to be able to do for the greater good. And so what can you believe then? Because it almost seems like the far left, it does the exact same thing. They feel that it's okay to lie and cheat and steal and whatever the case may be, because it's for the greater good.
See, I'm putting my tinfoil hat on for a minute.
You got to go actually get it. I know it's there in the room.
There's a
it's right there in the room. It's you can look to the left a little bit. It's right there.
It's straight ahead.
It's behind the TV.
Oh my God.
Shiva,
get the hat.
I think ever since the big vid, I think that was just a stepping stone for them. I think they all got excited with what they got away with at the time.
Oh yeah,
now
what all they did.
Now all bets are off.
How many jobs? How many houses were lost? Like that was just.
Well, not only that, they
shut down
got
cities.
Control. They got like Wendy said, they got control, and they realized they did it with that. Now they're pushing the climate change agenda more than I think they have in a long time. And you're seeing all this shit come to fruition because of it. The farmers, the cars, the appliances. And we would have never had that conversation prior to COVID. We didn't. I mean, we talked about climate change, but it wasn't to that extreme.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't know. Go ahead.
And it's funny that you bring up COVID or you had brought up disease X.
Yes.
And not too long ago, and I can't remember what news source it was. It wasn't one of the mainstream ones that actually came up again, that they're anticipating this.
So I saw
and it's going to be 20 times worse than COVID. And it's like, so this is the next control.
2 weeks ago that I read this article, and it was from a medical journal, and it was talking about it. Coming back around and how they're going to do it. And it hasn't been around for this many years and blah, blah, blah. And they didn't know how it was even going to react to people. And now yesterday I saw it in like mainstream media and I was like, oh.
And it was on Epic Times today too. They had an article on it.
Yeah. So interesting. And interesting that it's right before the election. So, I wonder if somebody's going to come up with some sort of magical.
All right.
Magic.
Because when did something come around in 2020?
It was prior to.
Well, yeah, but when did it actually
June,
hit the
July,
U.S.?
August, it was summer.
Like
March is when everything got shut down.
Yeah.
But February is I was at a convention in Florida, and we just started hearing rumblings about it. What was that?
We're right on time.
We're right on time. I was in a convention in February, and then we were at a bunch of breakout groups, and then literally, unexpectedly, we had just started like 10 minutes in, and the president of the company called everybody back into the main conference room and said, all right, we're going. And it's like, what happened? But next
Yeah.
thing you know, we're like literally making contingency plans for shutting down a whole Fortune 500 business.
Yeah.
And it happened that fast. I
Yeah.
mean,
And it happened that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, on countless phone calls of, getting computers and phones to people that never had, they had desktop computers and never had anything but an office phone. And next thing you know, they're being told how to be able to work remote. And I mean, it was crazy. And so, but I guess on the other side of it, I'm going to hold out hope a little bit because you're starting to see a little bit of it unravel. You're seeing the articles that say that masks don't work. You're seeing the articles that say that this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I already said the M word. So now all of a sudden we got an orange flag on us already from YouTube. But,
so.
but all of a sudden, there was all these there's these articles that are coming out that saying it was all BS. And I don't think, or at least I'm, knock on wood, hope that the American public at large in mass amounts are going to say, no, we're not doing this again.
I don't
We
believe
did it once. They're supposed to be good for 100 years before the next one comes around. We're done.
We're done.
People are already falling for it though. I already see people with masks on.
Well, there's people that have been wearing masks when they're outside pumping gas with nobody within 50 feet of them. I mean, come on.
There's always the one crazy lady. That's fine.
Oh, I said the M word again. Damn it.
But the thing is, yeah, that's great. It's great that all of it's coming out now. It's great that people are waking up to it, but the damage is already done.
Well, and it's not going to matter that when they say we're all dying that they're going to stop.
But the whole purpose behind it was to do exactly what it did, in my opinion. I'm stating it's my opinion.
Fear.
Well, it did because it comes back to we were talking. What were we watching? What were we watching a movie last night about? Something about or something.
Oh, the American Nightmare of that one chick from California that got kidnapped.
No, there was something else we were watching where we were talking about the uneducated and how the uneducated, so any country that has a dictatorship, China, right? The general population is very uneducated. Even Russia, for the most part, the vast majority of the population is uneducated and poor because that's how they can keep them under their thumb. It's only the countries where they have issues when the population is educated and knows what's going on. Because you were talking about if you don't know.
We were watching Jack Ryan.
Oh, Jack Ryan. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, because it was about Venezuela.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and talking about, countries like Venezuela, who is, sitting on probably the largest oil reserves in the world, along with precious metals, and they can barely feed themselves.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And have something in the neighborhood of like 400% inflation.
Are we starting to become a carbon copy of that in some way?
Well, I mean, let's hope it never gets to that point. But the idea is the fact that they could literally,
be wealthy.
If somebody went down there and honestly straightened them out, they could fix it tomorrow.
Yeah.
They could literally turn around, be able to figure out how to pump the oil, refine the oil, send the oil out, be able to mine the minerals, things of that nature, and then be able to do the exact same thing next week on Rumble. So that way, and Venezuela would be all of a sudden be just like Saudi Arabia, where Saudis don't work. They ship people in to do the manual labor.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Saudis get a stipend from the government.
They're sitting on a gold mine
every week or month or whatever it is, but they don't, and they're riding around in Lamborghinis and whatever and stuff like that because they don't have to work.
Yep.
Venezuela could do the exact same thing. I don't know. It's we can only hope that, going back to what I was saying, that the American public is smarter than that. But then again, I'm
sorry. People prove otherwise.
People take tires off of cars to fill them with air.
Yeah.
I mean, those people
prove otherwise.
Boy, if I had said it faster, Lindsay was drinking at the time. I almost got it
out for sure.
You tried, huh?
No, I mean, I Lindsay always says I try to have faith in people, but man, there's still a big portion of the population that's still getting their news from social media. They're still depending on them to say what's going on daily.
I think if
It's crazy to me.
Disease X comes out, when it comes out, when it is released, I do think that you're always going to have those guys that follow it. You're going to, and that's fine.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think that there's going to be a lot more people like us that aren't going to fall for it.
Well, let's be real. For the general population, okay?
Yes.
Everything I've read on this disease, the first title on every article you read, it's 100% fatal in mice, right? So if that article came out on the news and said this virus is 100% fatal in humans, we didn't say that in COVID. We said you had a good chance of dying from it. But if an article came out on the news that said this virus has 100% chance fatality in humans,
or 60 or 50.
Yeah, but see, there lies, but there's the flaw in the whole thing, because the issue is going to be, show me.
Exactly. That's
Is
why
it
they'll
though?
never put a
Because
number.
I'm gonna, because
They
I'm
can
gonna
make up
want to
fake
see.
data.
It's not data that I want to see. I'm gonna
Okay.
want to see.
99% of
As gruesome as it sounds, right? As horrible as it sounds,
dead
I'm
bodies.
gonna want to see bodies stacked and
You can see that
horrible things. Entire towns wiped out before I'm gonna ever panic about disease X.
Well, and you go by who's in your bubble and who you know, and you kind of take a yardstick based off of that, or at least I did with
We all got sucked in, right? I mean, we all got sucked in because we thought, we go back and we look at historical data, and anybody that it's the same old story. If you believe in history and you look at Dan, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
And, and you look at the fact that there are
earlier.
major catastrophic diseases that happen, give or take, roughly every 100 years.
Right.
It was not out of the norm. It was kind of, 1918. Next thing you know, here we are, 2020. Okay, it kind of made all sense to us. And, it could have happened and blah, blah, blah. And who are we to say no? We didn't realize we were, could possibly be getting lied to. We were conditioned from, if you're of any age, you're conditioned that the government and the mainstream media will tell you the truth because they're the outlet, supposedly a truth. All this kind of stuff. And then here, all of a sudden, we're finding that the story unravels. We're finding that it was a little bit more draconian than we even wanted to admit. We find out that, I have a very good friend of mine who, is a producer on a podcast who almost took the needle. And was having conversations with me about, I'm thinking about giving in. And I was like, you do what you want.
And then he came and talked to his lovely wife.
I won't lie. I was on the fence about it. Because I didn't know. I saw everything that was going on around, right?
Well,
It was you? It was you?
Yes, it was me.
So he wasn't
Hey,
in
but did
it.
I get it? No,
And
I did not.
that's the only really good thing with me still working in the hospital is I was in it. I saw it every day. So I'd come home and you guys were watching the TV, you're listening to the media, you're watching the news. It looked terrifying.
Watching the counters, right?
Yeah.
Here's how many people are dying in the US. Here's how many people are dying in North America. Here's how many people worldwide.
Man, it was nice. It must not have happened in my hospital because we was okay.
You know what's really a shame? This is the first episode you guys know with us in a long time, and it's probably going to get kicked off.
Yeah.
But hey,
It's got to be the drinking. It's got to be the drinking.
at least we're still on Rumble, so that's okay.
Rumble's seeing
Thanks,
there.
Rumblers.
And Spotify will upload it to Spotify. They won't kick you off, will they? Okay, so
But
we're good.
that actually spins into a total, a different topic of censorship.
Right.
Oh wow, we already know that's happening.
Ding ding.
And a town near you is actually kind of, I don't want to
Holy
say
cow.
in hot water, but it is really in the limelight lately.
Boy, if anybody wants to, go ahead and please Google news in Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh, is this for the Gilbert Goons?
No, so the
Yes
town,
and no.
the town of Gilbert is it OGD?
What was it called?
Right.
But basically they have a censorship board on their,
For their employees and their board members.
oh my God, it's crazy.
News in Gilbert. There's a lot of news in Gilbert.
So it's
What am I
for the
looking at?
town of Gilbert? Is that what we're talking about? The actual
Yeah.
For the town of Gilbert. And so
I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, I saw. I
sent
didn't
you-
just read it, but I did see it.
Where?
Oh, you got to read the article.
Yeah,
it is
read
crazy.
the article.
So they basically have this office of, online censorship, basically, for lack of a better word. And it's they get paid some hefty salaries.
So there's 10 people in this department that get paid $1.1 million to monitor town employees, board members, on their what they say online, and
Even on their personal accounts.
yes,
Are you kidding me?
because
What-
they want them to be more progressive ideas. So anything that like is against that,
I'd be fired.
they're
in a minute.
monitoring.
Cynthia Gilbert, I need to go work for them and get a really nice lawsuit. So there was a company that I used to work for that did that to one of their employees. So he went home, was posting on his Facebook, on his social media about, I want to say during the Trump election when he lost, he was posting stuff, blah, blah, blah. They actually fired him, took it to HR, took it all the way up. HR said, don't do it because you're going to get sued. They still did it.
Let me ask you guys a
He
question.
never sued him, which he should have. But
Before Trump,
You're
was-
out of question. No, you're out of questions.
you know,
You
before,
asked,
Trump,
you have been already.
before Trump was in the picture,
yes.
do you guys ever remember censorship this bad?
Oh, I don't
No.
know.
No.
Yeah.
Not that we were aware of.
Yeah, exactly. Not that we knew
True,
of.
not that we were aware of.
I mean, because
I'm sure they're always
we all
watching.
accepted that we didn't know. We all
Yeah.
accepted that there were things for, what do you want to call it? National security concerns, yada yada yada, right? That said that you didn't need to know. We couldn't let the general public know, but you need another chocolate stout.
No, I'm good.
So we just accepted that. But on the other hand, when Tom Brokaw got up there, and when who's the guy for ABC that and these guys that sat there, that we were glued to the TV during 9/11, right?
Yeah.
And sat there for 18 hours and reported exactly what was going on and
Right.
and those types of things. I mean, we trusted them. I mean, I remember when I was in the military and I was watching what was going on with the buildup of all the Desert Storm stuff and trusting every word. But we were seeing, we thought that we were seeing everything because we were getting as much as we could from General Schwarzkopf, exactly what was going on and things of that nature. But who knows what we were being censored. Now it's being more blatant. They're more in front of it. They're more, when you got KJP sits there, when she sits there and literally says, no, that's not true. And it's like, when they ask the question of, so what happened last week? The White House blamed Texas for putting the razor wire up and preventing Border Patrol from getting to mom and two children trying to cross the border illegally on the Rio Grande drowned.
Right.
And the White House tried spinning it, saying that it was Texas's fault because they prevented Border Patrol from getting there to save them.
Well, had they not tried crossing, it wouldn't be an issue.
Hold on, it's even better than that.
Oh, geez.
So White House says it was Texas's fault.
Right.
Unfortunately, the tragic story is actually that this mother and two children drowned an hour before Texas even knew what was going on. They had no idea had no idea. They spun it as if Texas was literally holding the Border Patrol back while these three humans died in the river. And when the news media from Fox confronted KJP about it, she goes, well, let's keep in mind that 3 people died about this. And she spun it all about 3 people died and had nothing remorseful to say about even to retract the outright lie.
Yeah.
Right.
And Arthur's totally right.
Yeah, they should have stayed home. 100%. I can't deny that. But the idea is the fact that I'm more talking to the point of the White House is outright lying to the general public so blatantly, and they won't even retract it when they get caught, when they
What,
get called
they're
out.
lying?
I
Yeah.
know, right? Surprising.
Well,
You know,
the worst part is that you have
Hey, Jack.
so many. Hey, right? They really didn't. They don't want you on there. So the sad thing is that naturally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, up north. So people who aren't actually down here near Texas, seeing this every day, seeing the Instagram stuff, are gonna believe that. They're
hold
gonna
on,
believe.
hold on. I got to make a general announcement. I could give a shit what Mitt Romney says. Thanks, man. Really could just care less.
So
So
I
how do
mean,
you really feel about it?
you have Michigan, Ohio, all of these, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, all these states that aren't dealing with this. And that's the story they get. They're not going to get the other side of it.
Well, and not only that, but the news. So you brought up a great point, John. Back in
The news is going to spin it.
the Desert Storm days and 9/11 days, and if you watch the news broadcast from back then and now side by side, they're totally different. It's a totally different experience. It's become such a popularity contest to see who can get the worst story out there first, right? And there seems to be that.
It's all about ratings.
Make it
It's
tough.
all about ratings.
Well-
If you took ratings out of the picture,
It'd be different.
they would be. I think the level of reporting would be more factual, but they're looking for those sensational stories because it brings the ratings, and it's all about the ratings.
And I know John laughs about it.
Hold on. So hold that thought. Don't give that thought up. But it is funny because every time Wendy and I go to the gym, and so you got all the TVs that are lined up with different channels on it, and about half the times we come walking out, and Wendy's like, "So I saw this on this channel, and this on this channel, and then completely something different on that channel." All talking politics, but the different side of the coin.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And it's just funny how it's interesting when you see them all together and you're seeing exactly what. Okay, so obviously this is far left. This is even extreme left. This is kind of in the middle. It depends on the day and who's broadcasting. Yeah. And then, it's a free for all after that.
And it's like, I just want the facts. Just put something on there where it's just the facts. I can form my own opinion. Someone doesn't.
Well, and this goes back to, and Christine, do not type it again. But, if John were president for a day, I would literally create some kind of FCC law that said that every time the news spouts some BS opinion, it has to have a little right here where it would say opinion.
And
like
I
bubble.
I love Mike's comment here. Even as a teen, I knew what the news is. The news should be called the news show. They are selling advertising space like all other shows. And that was going to be my point. The news today is a talk show, right? That's what it is. It's a talk show. It's not, you're not giving the news, you're giving your opinion. And you can take
and that's where the ratings come in.
I'm concerned.
Because the higher ratings bring the advertising for that particular show.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Tucker Carlson, as a prime example. And he's not going back on the air. One, there's no place for him, but two, he's going to go and take that someplace where he can go and speak his mind. And the best I ever heard was an interview with Dan Bongino on the Megyn Kelly show.
Mm.
And so you got two extreme right. The left absolutely hates both of them. And Megyn Kelly is hysterical because she doesn't hold back. Not that Dan Bongino holds back, but she has been swearing and everything long before Bongino did. Right. And not that's the guideline for a good show, but it's just she spoke her mind unfiltered. Yeah. And to get them both on there, and they talk about how being on a podcast now, you get to just speak your mind, and you're not, going back to, and I'm going to say it just because I like to see Lindsay's face when I say it, going back to Carrie Lake and how she, she quit because of the fact that she was being told by 20-something-year-old producers, no, you got to say this, you got to say this, you got to say it this way, you can't say that. And so, now you're getting this. The only place you're going to get at least a favorable opinion of whatever you believe in politics is going to be some strange, off the air podcast like this, right?
Right. Exactly. Good plug, John.
Good job.
No, but I will second that because, and everybody heard me say, and I know you like him too, Dan Bongino, watch his show. And even Megyn Kelly, I like her too. They back up their shit with facts, right? They don't just spout stuff off and move on to another topic. They back up what they say.
Where they got it
where when you watch
from,
MSNBC, CNN, they go from one story, give their opinion, they're on the next story. They don't back it up with any facts.
Right.
Just
Rachel Maddow sat there, and during the Iowa caucus, Trump was going to give his speech, and I'm sure the same thing happened the other night with New Hampshire, but Iowa caucus, Trump went to go do his speech, his victory speech, and they cut away, and Rachel Maddow sat there and said on MSNBC that, we're just not going to show him because he spouts lies, but let us go on and continue selling our bullshit lies.
Yep.
I agree with Jack too. People generally are too busy in their day-to-day stuff and can or won't take the 15 minutes it would take to realize that the majority of the mainstream media is bull. I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
Like Wendy has said to, in a lot of times, right? I mean, you said this a lot. You were under the impression that people in charge knew what they were doing and they were looking out for the best interest.
Oh, absolutely. And then, reality struck.
I used to say back in the day,
you thought that the people that you assumed were smarter than you were looking out for the greater good, and that's not the case.
Well, and it's, I used to say back in the day that the right or wrong, agree or disagree with the politics of any president, whether it was, JFK, Lyndon Johnson, Carter, Reagan, blah, blah, blah. And, but everyone that gets elected to be president intends, even though their opinion might be different than yours, they intend to do what they think is right.
Mm-hmm.
That opinion in my mind has changed ever since Obama.
Yeah.
That's true.
God knows, it changed with Obama. I think Trump is honestly trying to do, because he has not changed from what he has been recorded as saying for the last 30 years. Watch out for China. We need to stop the influx of illegal immigrants, I don't even know why they're called immigrants. Sorry, illegal aliens coming across the border. These are the same thing that Trump has been talking about for 30 years. The other part of that is, now you have a president who seems to outright try to do everything possible to do harm to the country.
Right. People dumber than me are looking out for the greater bad.
Right.
And it's a sad truth.
That is the truth.
You need to have
the
one
smart
of these
people are smart enough to know, what?
You need to get Mike on one of these shows.
He's going to be on. We're doing a Valentine's Day special with him.
Yeah, so there you go. Nothing like Mike on for Valentine's Day.
Right?
It's going to be good.
That's what they are. They're illegal aliens.
Can I go to the next
illegal aliens. Stop calling them immigrants. They're not coming up here to pick, vegetables and then go back. No.
There's not much left.
Okay.
There's not much left.
Article from...
Oh, I thought you said there was no thing.
This is the last thing I want to bring up.
I don't know about your thing, John, but there's this thing.
This is what I sent you earlier today. So I found this article from back in 2018. I thought it was kind of interesting because I think it still kind of stands true today. So
article from Gainesville Sun 2018. So that's where we got it from, y'all. Why liberals fear Donald Trump. The Democrats are used to safe spaces to repress views they do not.
Sorry. Go ahead. Done. Go ahead.
Would you like to read?
I really would not.
I can hold it over there for you. Now you messed me up. I got to start over. The Democrats are used to safe spaces to repress views they do not agree with and being unchallenged by the nice guy Republicans. Every GOP presidential candidate is described as an idiot and unworthy of the office. Trump is the I won't take it anymore person. If attacked, he responds. Liberals are used to being the bullies. Trump has handled the critics well, and they cannot take a fair fight.
Amen to that. 100% agree with that.
Which is why I think that they are holding him back just like they did the first time.
So there's a lot of arguments, and so if you want to put Jack's comment up there, so one of the things that's happening that even I am struggling with is the fact that we need to fight dirty.
Yeah.
We need to fight the exact same way we are, that we're being fought. So as much as it pains me, because I'm not that natural type of person that I'm going to, as a country, we try to think of ourselves. I mean, we have done this for even military actions, right? Which I always thought was, and I thought it was interesting that there used to be a West Wing episode where they talked about, the president on there talked about, there used to be a day back in the Roman Empire that when a Roman citizen had a hair harmed in their head, the Roman Empire would come back and destroy your house.
Yep.
And we don't do that. We do tit for tat. We just have done this for the last 60, 70 years. That said, well, we only do, if they did something, we're going to go and we're going to attack the little, peon base that they did that from. And it's like, no, we should. If we wanted to be a quote unquote superpower, we should make them feel the wrath.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
Whoever that is. And the problem is we don't do that as a country. So now we come back to the political aspect of it. And we're used to playing fair, and we're used to being able to say, well, if we just push back and stop them from doing this, they'll go away. Well, they don't go away. They don't pick up their jacks and walk and go home. They figure out a way to go around. They figure out a way to go under or over. It's, we're going to have to fight dirty. We're going to have to do outside of our comfort zone to be able to stop this BS, because it's only until that point. It's only until we,
Well, and again, at what point are we going to do it? Like Jack said, what we need to do to get this country back is going to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Mike, I want to get that on a shirt. I am the active threat. I love that.
Because they're not already judging you by your hat, John.
But do you think that's why? So if we go and we look how polarized we are as a country right now, we're far left or far right, right? There's really no middle ground anymore. Was that done by design because of that?
Yes.
Because now we can't unify as easily as a country. And
Yes.
stand up for ourselves. So
And I say that only because of the fact that it wasn't by design by the Democrats. While they play the long game, the dividing the country was, I don't give them credit for that, because I don't think that they're smart enough for that. That was done by
other countries.
I was going to say outside influences outside of our country. I'm going to say most likely probably China, Russia, and Iran.
You think so?
Mostly, probably, yeah, but I think probably mostly the Chinese.
They've been feeding the race war forever.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, that if you do the research on it, they actually they do it from a standpoint of they put bots on social media that are both for and against.
Right.
To stoke the fires. That's all they want. They don't care to drive one narrative or another, because that would only if they did that only unifies everybody. Right. They want it all divided. They want everything divided.
It's that jar full of red ants and black ants, and someone's shaking it to make them fight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all. That's probably the best analogy right there, because that is literally what I think the Chinese are trying to do.
So how much I agree with you on that, but I also think that Obama was really the gas on the fire too, though. I mean, when he got into the presidency, I think he really just brought that home. He brought home the idea of dividing the country even more than it already was, I think.
Well,
he enabled it more.
I still go back to, I've said it on the show before. I think there are key people on the payroll, on the Chinese payroll.
Jack, and I am one of those people.
I think that there are certain people that are on the Chinese payroll that, or they've been to Epstein Island, one or the other. And so they, there you go. See, I had to pull that pin.
Yep.
Good job.
Green check mark. Still, we're good.
We're good. Yeah. Karen's going to hear it afterwards. Don't worry. Won't be long. He's going to be like, I'm going to text you when it happens in like half an hour. And I'm going to
We'll be off in 20 minutes. No worries.
Don't worry. We'll still be on Rumble, y'all. We'll be on Rumble.
This
It'll
is
be
our
fine.
opinion, YouTube.
They don't care.
I know. Right?
What's the name? What's the handle on Rumble?
Huh?
What's the handle on Rumble?
Coffee Table Chronicles?
Yeah, it's just Coffee Table Chronicles.
Okay. It's not like, singular or something like that.
No, it's Coffee Table Chronicles.
That's why I was like, what are
Yeah,
you?
it's not weird like Instagram or anything like that. So
Okay, just making sure. All right, so find us on Rumble. Find you guys on Rumble. We're just guests. I'm just a consultant.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke with Keith and I.
I got to say it's kind of a bullshit line though, because you kind of stole the premise from Brian. So you can't use the I'm just a dumb mining engineer. Turn it into I'm just a consultant.
I'm just a consultant here. I am just spouting my worthless opinions, and that's it. While I'm drinking good bourbon, decent bourbon.
I'll say not good.
So speaking of worthless talk shows, let's go to our hooker of the week.
Oh,
Hooker of the week.
All right.
So for anybody who don't know who Joy Reid is,
I didn't.
I hate that bitch.
Right?
Oh,
you're gonna love this little
then
interview.
you'll love this hooker moment.
So this is a little bit. It's a little bit of a long video. It's about 2 minutes long, but it's worth watching, and I'll let you guys watch it.
It's way longer, and it gets way better.
Yeah,
we're gonna mute us because I got to put it on the other computer so I can hear it.
Okay.
Then you better hurry up.
So I'm gonna play this, and when we come back, we'll talk about it.
What is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your expertise?
What a tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer
Please
for you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? That's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No, we're talking about public school.
One moment.
All right.
So now you've asked me questions.
Sure.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Aren't Blue?
You're asking me right now.
You just gave me very specific information about this book, so you're presenting yourself as somebody expert.
It's the gentleman.
Hold on. Who's the main character in the book?
The main character is the author.
What's his name?
George, I believe, is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is.
You're asking me to remember the name of an author.
You just remembered very specific names.
Joy.
Here's my question.
We're talking about
Here's my question.
You didn't answer my question.
No. I'm going to answer your question.
Great. I would love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm interviewing you, and you're not interviewing me. So let's just make sure it's a conversation. Okay.
Great.
So what I'm saying to you is that as you are not an expert in this book,
I don't have to be an expert to know that dildos aren't appropriate for public school. I mean, come on, let's get real.
This is a full context story, as you said, of the author's experience. Why is it your right or a Moms for Liberty activist's right to say that a parent who wants their child to have access to this book, which gives a personal experience of this author, why doesn't a liberal parent, for instance, or a parent of an LGBTQ kid, why don't they have a right for their child to just have access to this book? Why is it your right to say they can't?
So again, we're talking about incest, rape, and pedophilia.
And each parent, each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask it one more time.
Right.
What is your right to tell a parent who wants their child, who might feel seen by this story? Why don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can have access to this book?
If a child feels seen by this story, that means that they have been the victim of a predator. That means that they have either been raped by a family member, they've experienced
and your proof of that is what?
You just said that if a child feels seen by this story. What I'm saying, Joy,
you're now making assumptions about it.
No, but if a child has been raped, we should do a lot better than put a book on the library
Now you're literally
shelf.
creating a story behind a child that you don't know. Let me show.
So good. You don't even know the author's name, and you're sitting here fighting for this.
I love Wendy's. I love Wendy's face, and I love the comments coming through.
So several questions, and Mike brought up, it's all irrelevant. So a couple different things that I had, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Wendy while we were watching it, and I said, so a book is supposed to take the place of seeing a psychologist,
Right.
So Joy is making the argument that, this is for the children that have been raped and the children that have been traumatized in some fashion. So a book is going to be
Your
what
therapy?
fixes it. That's so wrong. And then hold on, and let me finish my thought, and I'll get to you.
Okay.
And then the other part of it is, if they're sitting there and they're talking about the parents' right that of these children that have been victimized in some fashion, but does it need to be accessible in a public school? If you as a parent want to take them to the city library
Exactly.
and get them that book, if you want to buy them this book off of Amazon, go right ahead. You do you. As Lindsay used to say, you do you, boo boo. And so,
and
but on the other hand, but it doesn't need to be publicly accessible in a school library where you have, as a parent, no control over who gets hands on what.
Absolutely. And it's funny because who was the woman in the blonde hair?
Joy, that's Joy Behar.
Okay. So,
or not Behar, it's
Joy Reid.
Joy Reid.
Anyway, she was saying,
Joy Behar is another bullshit.
I find it interesting because that she was saying that, if parents want to give their kids access to it, that goes right in line with, yes, let the parents decide if the child can handle that. Don't give them free access, because the parents are not there in a school library saying, yeah, that's probably not a good book to check out.
Well, I mean, I find it ironic that Joy sits there and says, but are you the expert? Are you the expert?
Right.
Well, Joy, you're not a freaking expert either.
Right, yeah.
And guess what? Go to the freaking psychiatrist, whatever. Go see a professional. Because neither one of you on television are an expert.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's such a small screen. I can't get my air quotes in here.
And as the interview goes on, she even says to Joy, she says, if you want to publish this on Amazon or put it out there, that's fine. It has no place in a public school. That's exactly what she said.
That's it. Absolutely. Because otherwise, why don't we put, and I don't even know if Hustler even exists anymore, but why don't we put Hustler in a school library? And they wouldn't do that because, I mean, I know that, here in North Carolina, they just passed a law that you have to, what is it? So you read every January 1st about all the different laws that have been passed in your state, right? And so they now have a anti-porn law, something. So we're down here in the Bible Belt, and you have to something. I forget exactly what it is, because of the fact that they're afraid of children. So anybody under the age of 18 getting a hold of it or seeing it or whatever, because it can be demeaning. Huh?
Do they not have a phone?
Well, I don't know all the details about it, but there was something about, it's, so I don't know. And well, I mean, even with phones, because I guess, if you think about the technology,
you can put parental controls on it.
Yeah, well, and stuff like that, and they will GPS that. But I mean, the whole idea is the fact that, I mean, it's funny that it's just such a wide diversity of thought in that some things, because it falls within, and I'm going to say it right up front, if no, I'm not gonna, because it's gonna just, I'm gonna just get you banned. I'm not gonna get you banned on the first time we're back. No,
you don't think that's already happened?
Already gone. So I have a side note on that.
Wendy and I will make a pact on the next show if we ever get on. If you ever even let us on, we'll get them banned this time.
I want to bring up Jack's comment real quick. So he says the intentional ignorance is unbelievable. Do we think Joy really thinks it's okay? And honestly, Jack,
I think she does.
I think she's the type of person that really does. I think she really does think it's okay. I
think what it is Joy is paid, as are others in the media, because
to push a certain
narrative, because there is somebody at MS Bullshit that says we will pay you X amount of millions of dollars to be able to push this narrative. Take a look at what happened with. So did you see the story? And this is not a pro Carrie Lake thing, but did you see the story that broke this week?
Yep. Yeah. Somebody tried to bribe her.
So Carrie Lake she had mentioned this a year ago. So the head of the Arizona GOP was caught on tape offering a bribe to Carrie Lake, saying, if you do not go into the race, there are several powerful companies on the East Coast that will put you on their payroll to stay out of politics for the next 2 years.
And she basically told them to F off. Is basically what
she did. She literally said, that's not going to happen. You're bribing me to try and stay out, to keep me out of politics. I'm not doing that. And so, but the idea is the fact that this goes on, and this was the head of the Arizona GOP.
Right.
That did this. This is not, and I forget who the previous president was, Dr. Kelly something.
Oh, yeah.
And she got run out because we lost the election to Mark Kelly, the senatorial. And so the GOP said, nope, if you couldn't do that, couldn't put that together, we're done. And so, and I liked her. I thought she was really a good person. And so then the crazy thing is we put this guy in charge, and what is he doing? He's a mouthpiece to try and keep good conservatives off the ballot. I mean, it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
It just goes to show that there is so much corruption in government, and on both sides, not just one side.
Yeah. Well, that just proves it right there.
Yeah, equally on both sides.
There is just so much corruption.
Which is why Trump terrifies them, because he's not owned by anybody.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that we need to, and I know I've said this multiple times in the past, so I apologize for repeating myself. We need a good Article 5. We need a good convention of the states.
Yep.
Drain the swamp. That's literally, and I
let's get it going.
And I hate to say it, that Trump doesn't have enough to be able to drain the swamp like it needs to. Yep. And Article 5, convention of the states could literally go in. We can do everything from modify the Constitution to put in term limits. We could do a balanced budget. We could do everything. If you go and you look at the Article 5 convention.com or something, I forget exactly what it is, but it basically talks about convention of states, and it talks about what their agenda is. And it talks everything from clarifying everything on, budgets and term limits and all this kind of stuff. And it would really fix a lot of the ambiguities that we didn't even realize existed from 250 years ago.
Yeah. Go to hillsdale.com. You learn all your.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
All right. What do you want to bring up?
So I was reading an article, a news snippet today that talks about an Arizona law with medical and children. So did you know that in Arizona, a 13-year-old child, 13, goes into hospital, doctor's office, whatever, their parents do not have to be there. They do not any information released to the parents. They are considered an adult.
What?
They can do sex changes, they can do abortions, they can get put on birth control, they can do whatever. And the parents have zero right to those records. Let me tell you what rule that is, just in case, YouTube.
But they can't smoke at
but they can't smoke.
ARS 36-2272.
Can't smoke. Can't sign a contract. Can't, blah, blah, blah.
Abortion. You can get a sex change.
They can make medical decisions about themselves.
And your parents' insurance is paying for it. That's the
wow.
That's bullshit.
Right. Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. So it's past a couple years ago.
Did you put Jack's comment up?
Yeah, I did.
Christine, I say that all the time.
Oh, God, Christine. Wendy does say that. She's like, what the hell is wrong with people? And I'm toning it down.
I don't even say that. I'm just like, okay. Keith's the one that's like, what's wrong, people? I'm like, are you really surprised?
You just accept it.
It's just kind of.
All right, let's do the quiz of the
The
week because we're running out of
disappointment I'm
time.
There's a quiz.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Here's the quiz.
Quiz.
Of the week. I put that in there so you knew there was a break. All right, so since we're talking about Trump and why the liberals are so scared of him,
That's the look that's on my cup.
we're gonna do a quiz that asks how much do you know about Donald
You know,
Trump?
Dan, we keep asking that same question.
That's because all the Californians came in. That's the problem.
How old is Donald
All right,
Trump?
how much do we know about Donald Trump? How old is Donald Trump? Is he 75? Is he 79? Is he 82? Or is he 77? Does anybody know?
I'm gonna go D.
Oh no, I'm gonna go for D.
You going deep?
I'm gonna go D.
You guys that are new to the show, you can play in the audience. Please put the number of the question that you are answering so we know.
I think it's B.
It's either B or D. I'm gonna say D.
I don't think he's at B yet.
Because they were talking about it not too long ago.
So Christine's got an
He's
A.
he's 2 years behind Biden.
Yes.
And I think
know
Biden's
that.
B.
Heavy Metal's going D. Super Harshow's going D.
'Cause I thought Biden just turned 80.
He's going D.
Everybody loves D.
Everybody loves D. Looks like everybody's going D.
Except for Christine. Christine is never wrong.
I know she's never wrong.
Oh, Dad's gonna be.
Oh,
The two people I trust are not going.
Oh,
We could be in trouble.
This could be in
Ooh,
trouble.
Dan's playing? Oh,
Dan's
look at
playing?
that.
My cup is then going D. Wow, look at this.
Christine's the oddball.
All right, what do we
you
got?
and Dan are the oddballs.
It is
Oh, I
D.
said-
Woo,
He is
woo,
77.
woo, woo.
Okay.
Which college did Donald Trump graduate from? He did not attend a university. New York, Fordham,
University.
Wharton School University in Pennsylvania. Why does that sound like Mickey's House of Learning?
I would say
Right?
because that's never come up.
Schools of Learning.
You would think that would have came up in some.
No, he
some
went. He
conversation.
went to college.
Did he?
So
Okay.
I shouldn't say that.
Sounds fancy.
D sounds
Felipe.
fancy.
I'm
That's
gonna go,
I
I'm
like
gonna go
House
D.
of Learning.
We got
Did
three.
he live in Pennsylvania?
We got 3 A's so far. Interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm gonna
A.
go D.
I'm going A.
You're going D? Okay.
It's either going to be A or B because he lived in New York. When he was a baby, though, I don't know.
Jack, I got to say, I miss having you in the control room to work the buttons, dude.
I just miss Jack.
That's what she said.
I'm sure that is what his wife said, but you know. I'll
He,
put on
he
Sean.
graduated from the school of hard knocks. I like that. That's good.
Okay, what are we going with?
We got a lot of different answers out there. We got a bunch of A's. We got a C. We got a B, another C. Wow.
I think I'm going to go D2, Wharton's House of Learning. A?
Wendy's going A, right? Did you say A? Wayne?
Yeah.
Wayne?
I
When
said
he's
A.
going A.
Yep.
All right. What's our answer? It is
Wharton's House of
School
Learning.
Oh, man.
Pennsylvania.
You're 2 for 2.
Woo, woo.
I like on the flip side when John's answering.
How come I've never played this before? Oh, that's right. I always wrote it.
always asking the questions.
How long has Mr. Trump been married to Ivana
Ivana
Trump?
Trump.
You know her perfume is really good.
They never married. Happily married for 35 years. Divorced after 15 years. Married 10 years.
Well, if they're divorced after 15 years, I mean, I'm all for that because they're pretty fucking happy. Right?
Okay, so should it have said how long was?
So you're giving it away.
What?
Okay.
What?
And isn't Ivana
Nothing.
different than Ivanka?
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, I'm like, what's Ivana Trump? Ivanka Trump is married now, isn't it?
This
is a trick question. I don't understand.
So you got to answer.
A.
You're going A? Okay.
Ivana is not who he married. Unless that was his first wife.
We got a bunch of C's going on there.
I don't know. I don't stalk the man.
I'm going to say C.
Super Hard shows says everything. Every answer.
I know. I'm with my, I don't know.
We got a lot of C's. All right.
Some D's.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah. I'm gonna go with C. I'm gonna go with C because I think that's a trick question. So
it is.
I'm going to go with, I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead. So Ivana was his first wife.
Yes.
His first wife, and that's the
Ivanka.
three children's mom.
3 children's.
Yeah, Barron is
Milena.
yeah, Milena. With Milena.
So you're thinking Milena Trump is his current wife,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and that's Barron's mother.
Okay.
Now Ivanka,
The other adult children
Don Jr. and Eric
Are
are all Ivana's mother, or Ivana is her mother.
and
Okay.
she died. She
Oh yeah,
passed away
she
not too
died
long ago,
like
yeah.
a year ago or two. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
think I
that.
remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
making
Yeah,
her
she
perform
died.
really
She
good?
died in her New York penthouse or something like that.
yeah.
Oh. Okay. I failed.
Jack goes, I don't know or care. That's a great question. How many children does he have? Does he have 3, 4,
Oh,
or 8?
I'm gonna go B 4 B
You're on
B
point,
B B.
okay. How many children does Mr. Trump have? Does he have 3, 4, 5, or 8?
I'm going to go C. Felipe says B4.
B4
As in before it happened?
or 4B.
Or 4B4.
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 I think it's C. Who's that one chick? The Tiffany that's got the like really large eyes. Is that a
That's yeah. I missed that. I missed that.
Sorry.
You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna go C.
Oh, you changed.
I'm changing because you're giving it away.
I'm sorry.
You're giving it away. Yeah, that is Ivanka's.
Isn't there another girl?
Ivanka's
Yeah, there's 5.
Yeah, there's another sister.
Damn, guys, we had them going. Come on.
Oh,
5. John sucks.
It is 5.
John says, yeah, John does.
Yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Right?
It's all in context.
Exactly. What is Donald Trump's ethnicity? So is it A, born of the first generation English parents, born of Scottish father and Arab mother?
No.
Father is of English descent and mother is Slavic?
No.
Father was German descent and mother was Scottish. So what are we thinking on that? What is Donald
I have
Trump's?
no idea.
This is a pure guess. I'm going to say D. I'm going to go D.
You going D on that one?
Yeah, that's just strictly a guess. No idea.
Yeah.
B and C.
Not even close. I know little, if anything, of his father and zero about his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear about his mother much, do you?
No,
You
you do
hear,
not.
he's probably dead.
But I'm saying you've heard over the years, you heard a lot of stories about his father, but
Who's his
Yeah.
father?
not so much about his mother.
Who's his
No.
father?
Mr. Trump.
Trump.
Smart ass.
Really?
Everybody's going D on that
I'm
one.
glad we're not there anymore.
We always heard about his business ventures and everything over the years. So everybody's going D.
I mean, he gave his son, he gave
Karate.
the Donald $1 million to start off.
Yes.
Good job.
Love my kids. I am not in that position.
Right. Exactly. So it was D.
Don't have kids and
Father was
wouldn't
German
give it to him
descent.
anyways.
Ooh, I'm
Mother
doing
Oh,
good.
wow.
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
good
are.
job. Well, everybody else gets
You
D,
changed
too.
the last one. It didn't count.
I don't know why I never played this before.
How much did Mr. Trump sue the comedian Bill Maher in 2013? I don't even remember that story. Do you?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
I didn't know.
Let's say A.
So it was $1, 5 million, 100 million, all of Bill Maher's earnings in 2013.
Hmm.
I don't remember hearing about this.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about it either.
Because 2013, he would not have been president or even thinking about it.
No.
Mm.
Well, you might have been thinking about it, but
I'm gonna say C. Go big or go home.
right.
I'm gonna go D. All of his earnings. If something happened in 2013, that means that he was doing some sort of skit on him. So he's like, I want all your money you made off me.
So we got 2 A's, we got a B.
I'm gonna go D.
You're going D.
I'm gonna go D.
Okay, got 3
Wendy's
A's.
going C, so she's going for the big dogs. I'm gonna go through. I don't know if that's more or less than that. So who knows? Ready?
Let's see. Let's see who else throws up a.
Ooh,
Oh,
it's good job.
5 million.
wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
That's funny. Everybody said $1. I mean, he just being petty to a lawsuit for $1.
Yeah, just say I won the lawsuit.
That
Yeah,
you were wrong or
that's
something.
true.
Yeah, you never know.
Good point, I guess.
But he doesn't want to fuck the guy over and take all his money.
Why did Mr. Trump's father pull him out of Q4S prep school in the 8th grade? A, he couldn't afford prep school after family business became bankrupt. B, Donald couldn't stay out of trouble. C, Donald couldn't handle the academic rigor. D, recognized as a genius and moved to a more challenging school.
Well, since he went to Murphy's,
Depends on whether you want the Donald's answer or not.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, where did you find the answer or the?
Oh, this is Chat GPT.
No, actually, it's not.
GPT,
It's not.
GPT.
No, it's not.
No,
No, all the Chat GPT questions were stupid. Like
Oh.
really
Right?
stupid.
his own. Hey, it's work.
I'm gonna say C.
I'm going B.
You know what? I'm gonna go B. He couldn't stay out of trouble.
We got a
Mhm.
C,
He's a troublemaker.
a couple of B's, another C.
We got B's and C's.
He,
Oh,
he likes
my
to stir the pot.
We got a D. We got a C. Wow. Not a lot of B's.
He got in trouble. I'm gonna go for trouble.
You going for trouble?
I'm going for trouble.
All right. What's the answer? That is the
Oh,
reason. It's the
okay.
answer.
All right.
Not that I know that.
And you wonder why
I
he
was
gets-
riding that wave and then crashed.
he just crashed.
You already
Sometimes
crashed.
that happens.
Cheated.
So here's a good question. How did Mr. Trump's business career get started?
Oh, John already ruined
Did
it.
he work at a car dealership after college? Start as a hotel manager for one of his father's hotels? Worked on a revitalization project in his father's real estate company? Or started producing home videos?
Well,
That's only on Epstein's Island.
first business
Um,
career. I'm gonna say probably not producing home videos.
So how did Mr.
Yeah.
Trump's business career get started? Worked at a car dealership after college, started as a hotel manager for one of his father's hotels. What?
Jack says he likes how all of our answers show a little bit about who we are.
Was not planned that way, Jack. I did not plan it that way. Worked on a revitalization project at his father's real estate company or started producing home videos. What are we saying there? Everybody's going to see.
I'm gonna go B.
Wow. Got a lot of C's. What are you guys going with?
I didn't know his father had a real estate company. I thought he just owned hotels.
Wasn't
I guess that is
that's
real
part of real
estate,
estate,
so-
I
right?
was gonna say, what's the difference?
What you guys going with, John? Wendy?
See,
You going with C?
C.
All right. Everybody's going C.
I'm going B.
You're going B. You want to be different.
I do want to be different
It is C.
because I don't know the answer.
How many books has Mr. Trump authored or co-authored?
Mm.
2 books,
I
2 to
don't
10 or
know.
more than 10?
Dad, what's the answer?
I didn't even know he wrote books, to be honest with you.
Me either. That's
You never heard of the Art of the Deal?
No.
heard what?
So his most famous book is called The Art of the Deal.
Okay.
Oh, we did that for his show.
No, way before the show.
Good try, though.
I'm gonna say C.
We got a C.
Talks
We got,
about it talks about, because I saw a small, like, I don't know, 5-minute documentary on him once on YouTube. It talks about how he so if I remember correctly, I think it's Trump Tower, but he started his business with $1 million loan from his father
Mhm.
to go and take a defunct hotel downtown and turn it into something. And everybody was passing it by because they didn't think that it could be revitalized. He convinced the bank to actually, give him the money, and he made it into what it is. Now, I don't remember, again, like I said, whether this is the actual Trump Tower, or if it was just a different hotel, and that's what got him started.
right.
Mm.
Okay. So we got a D in there, a couple of C's, we got a couple of B's.
Too.
Go C.
D.
Because authored and co-authored.
Hmm.
So there's gonna be a lot of stuff that he helped with. I'm gonna go D. 10 or
Wow.
more.
Wow. And he's going D. Okay. All
I
right.
mean, I don't know. So I'm just gonna
Go
guess.
big or go home, right?
Because if you think about like authored and co-authored, I mean, he could have worked with financial people. He could work with hotel
Mhm.
people. He could write a book about
True.
anything.
That's true. Could be.
He
Yeah.
does exaggerate a little bit, which I thought was funny because, Mangino once talked about and said, he's a Long Island kid, and so Long Island kids exaggerate a lot.
Hey.
Well, there's that.
So this was interesting. Which professional sports team scouted Mr. Trump when he attended New York University?
He didn't go to New York University.
Was it Philadelphia Phillies? Was it the WWE for professional wrestling? Was it the Philadelphia Eagles or Boston Celtics? He doesn't look like a basketball guy, does he?
He's not a basketball guy, so I'm gonna say A because it had to be baseball. It couldn't have been football or basketball.
He did actually
It's definitely not wrestling. Wrestling can't be.
He did do some
Now,
wrestling
granted,
WWE, not like professional,
right,
but he
right.
did.
there was a time where he stepped into a WWE ring way back when. Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, like Jack says, it was epic,
I'm gonna go B.
but it was all a show.
It was all a show.
That's all WWE is.
So we got a D. We have an A. We have another A.
I'm gonna go B.
You're going B.
I think I'm going to go with B too.
Okay.
Me and Wendy are
Because
doing.
it seems so far fetched that it might be true.
Yeah, I don't think he was running football or basketball.
But he
or
was
whatever.
scouted
That means you had to actually be decent.
in school. I don't
You'd
know if the
actually be decent.
Yeah, but I don't know if the WWE would be scouted
Hey,
in school. But
Why not?
all right, what's the answer? Was the Philadelphia Phillies?
hey, yes,
Or was they?
You didn't redeem yourself.
I
Simmer
never knew
down.
that.
back on that wave.
I never knew that.
And you're done. You're done. You need to have that say you're done.
Right? I can do that. Where's my button? There's my button.
And we are 11 minutes over.
I know. Jeez, I'm
That's
telling
not
you.
bad.
Yeah, Wendy should have given us the warning like a couple minutes ago.
I can't see. It's too little.
Baby. She didn't have her timer set. I'm surprised Dad wasn't on there. He sets a timer every time.
Right?
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah.
No, he doesn't.
He says he's gonna. He never does.
He never does. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. John, Wendy, thank you so much for coming on with us. It was a lot of
This has
fun.
been fun.
Yeah.
We
This
miss
is
you
your great
guys.
last show on YouTube.
We miss you guys.
We miss everyone.
Yeah, it was a great last show on YouTube. I love it.
Good
Right.
stuff. Jack, you're gonna have to figure out Rumble because we're not gonna be here next
Right?
week.
We're going to be kicked off soon.
Um,
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
We love you
Everybody
too,
have a great rest of the week. Don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I didn't do this tonight. I added a new little thing on our I forgot about it too. I have a little like, share, and subscribe thing up there.
I
forgot to do that.
That's
See?
almost like our opinion
I
button.
know. Jeez.
Can you get that in
I'm
an opinion
slacking.
bubble?
We probably can. We probably can. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
Where it just goes crop
See ya.
opinion.
Bye.
Bye.
Hold on. I gotta get
Hold
back
on,
to-
we're not ready.
You
You
screw
told me
me
to
all
say
up
bye.
here. I know.